Oh, good morning, guys. It's just coming up 6 o'clock. I would have stayed in. Bed a lot longer, actually. I could have done with it. I could have done with another hour, but at past 5 this morning, I got woken up by loads of sheep. It's literally just surrounding the camp. So yeah, I sort of stayed to just lie there for half an hour, and now I've got up. Really nice night. I slept really well. Woke up 2 or 3 times, but just sort of turned over and dropped off to sleep again. Had a really good sleep, actually. Yeah, so you know, for an early morning on Dartmoor, it's pretty clear. It's not really, there's no fog, no mist. This was it was a really nice little camp, actually. It wasn't where I was expecting to camp to. The Avon Dam Reservoir's that direction, probably only another half a mile or so. I did 7 miles yesterday, and after I went to work, and I did finish a bit early, and I went home, drove down here and did a 7-mile walk. I think that was I didn't set up camp till about 7:30, so I just had enough, really, and I was starving. So I found this little spot, and sometimes you don't always camp where you plan to camp anywhere on Dartmoor, and if you find a nice little spot you like the look of, just take it. So yeah, gonna get some brekkie on the go now. Try that muesli, see how that gets on. Haven't got to boil any water for that. It's literally just put some cold water in there, so ideal. So just got to boil a bit of water for a cup of tea, so that's not going to take long. That should only take about 3 or 4 minutes to boil up for a cup of tea. So one of these tablets on this Esbit stove lasts around 15 minutes. I reckon about 12 minutes of that is a decent bit of heat. Anything after that, it's burnt down too much really to do anything. But as long as it's not too windy, you can easily boil up 400ml, which is more than enough for one of these meals, and a cup of tea or a cup of coffee as well. And you can get that boiled up in 10 minutes. So all in all, not too bad. I've got enough in here just for a cup of tea at the moment, and he's just come to the boil, and that is let's have a look. That was 4 minutes. So 200 grams that weighs, and it's 14 grams per tablet. So yeah, I mean, really you want to allow 2 tablets to a meal. I mean, 1 would probably be enough, but if it was a bit windy, you definitely want 2. Yeah, so it's all good. It's got nice little bit for pouring. Nicely written, the measurements as well. You can't miss that. So you can get your get it all spot on. It's in mils and ounces. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, I've made myself a cup of tea. It's easy enough to, you know, if I had, like I said, 400ml in there, so I could have got a meal out of that and a tea. There's plenty. In actual fact, you can blow it out and just reuse that. Reuse that on a later date. Yeah, so I'm going to get the muesli on the go now. So yeah, just start to feel a little bit of rain in the air. Just feel little tiny bits coming down, which is not good. No rain was, didn't expect any. I've not brought any waterproof, so hopefully it won't come to anything. But here's the muesli. It's good old chunks, really. There's banana in it. Raisins. There's cranberry in it as well. It's quite sweet, but I don't mind that. Alright guys, well yeah, it's very slight drizzle, so hopefully it won't get heavy, because I've brought no waterproofs with me. Wasn't expecting anything, to be fair. Just saw some 4 people over in the distance there, backpacking, heading towards Buckfordsley. They've obviously been out. They must have been camped reasonably close here last night, because it's only 6:30 now, so they couldn't have been too far away from me, over in that direction somewhere. They probably walked on by up in the distance. You can't miss the monk tarp. It's not the stealthiest, bright orange. You probably thought lazy bugger. But yeah, the idea is to find a way down to Piles Copse, but I'm going to go back the route I came, which is that way, and try and find a little place to drop down. But the trouble is, it was all like, just like this here actually, all this rubbish here, like ferns and bracken and rocks, and it's just like that all the way down, and steep. And I just didn't fancy it yesterday, and I don't really fancy walking down stuff like that at all. But if I can find a nice spot to walk down, I will. If I don't, and anyone watching has done Piles Copse, let me know a good route to get to it, because there is like an old railway track, a lovely pathway just behind it. So, but I don't know where that goes. So if anyone does, let me know. Alright, well I'm going to get packed up, and yeah, I won't come back till a lot later on, because I'll be taking the same path back. So yeah, alright, I'll see you in a bit. I've set off now, and it's coming quite misty now. Navigating's a bit of a nightmare when it's like this. Further down, when I was down there, it wasn't great, but I could see the China clay works. There's like a big old mound next to it, and I could actually see it when I was down there, and that was like the mark I was sort of not walking to. I wanted to go sort of in that direction, away from it, but I can't see it now. It's over there somewhere, but I'm pretty sure I'm on the right path. Once I get back on the actual track, the Two Moors way, it's just easy going, because it's just a track all the way back to Ivy Bridge. I'm not that far from it, but could have done without the mist. So yeah, I've just come across this, and it's I've had a look on the map, and there's nothing on the map. So God knows what this is. If anyone knows or has any idea, there's actually a bit more stonework in the distance. Some footings of something. And got this behind me. If anyone knows, drop it in the comments. Yeah. Yeah, so I found the track again, and which is good. So I've literally just got to follow this now for about 5 miles back to the car. I will hit Powell's Copse before that. That's about another 3 miles away. That's about 3 miles away. So like I said, I think I'm probably going to give it a miss today and try and find how to get on the track that's behind it for another day. Just picking up the phone signal now. Just got some 4G, so I'm getting all my messages come through all at once. So yeah, well, it's been a nice camp, really nice spot, and it's definitely one I'm going to put on the to go back to list at a later date. Yeah, so probably going to end the vlog now, I think. So I'm just back on the same pathway as I was yesterday. So there's nothing major to see, nothing extra to see. So yeah, I say goodbye. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the next camp. Thanks very much.
Writings on the wall inside my head, inside of me, holding all these thoughts beneath my skin.